Hello, Internet. Welcome to another... I keep doing that on my head. Welcome to another issue of the Ghostlight Social, the show where we get creative people together, we have a chinwag, we have a laugh, we talk about industry, we strive for our hopes, and we damn our fears. With me, as always, is Mr. Lee Toombs. Hello, Lee.
Michael, how are we?
I'm all right. Considering, I feel...
Considering what?
Considering, like, all the fucking shit that's going on.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's kind of, if you let it, you can kind of sit there and just go, we're all fucked.
You could do, yeah. Again, you got the swearing in early, haven't you?
Yeah, bollocks to it. Everybody's seen everything. I just want to add Black Lives Matter, because you just need to say that. Kind of need to acknowledge it, so we're acknowledging it. So yeah, let's get on with the show.
We are very, very privileged today, and I'm so glad they could both be with us. We have actor Fraser Kelly, and we have actor, singer Jeni Jaye. Hello, both.
Hello.
All
right.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful show tonight, isn't it, Mike? Without me and you.
Well, it always is with me and thee.
Oh,
there's some. I mean, I don't want to derail the introductions, but I got called a DILF today for the first time, so brilliant.
Well done, you.
Thanks very much.
For Dill.
That's an achievement in life, really, isn't it?
Yeah. A friend of my wife's called me a DILF.
I don't even know what a DILF is. What is a DILF?
A dad I'd like to fuck.
Oh, okay. I thought that's
It's not hard to work out, is it?
That's not where I thought it was going at all. Interesting. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, so thanks for that, Rachel. I really appreciated that.
Good for you, mate. Good for you. Anyway, Fraser, how are we?
All right, I'm very well.
Good.
Played a lot of video games.
I can imagine that, and I've seen you going streaming a few times as well.
Yeah, we've been cracking out the streams.
Did you do the Corona haircut?
It was me kind of going, I want to try it to see if my weird shaped head looks all right, while like no one can see me in the house.
Yeah.
And then, as you see, I had like really long hair, and I shaved the side. Well, I went downstairs and I went to my dad. I was like, right, so dramatic. I'm doing it. And he just like called my bluff and went, all right, here's the razor. And I went, oh shit, I've got to do it now. So I got rid of the sides, and it looked all right. And then I just kind of went like that. And the curtains were split in half by a bald strip. So
I should have just left that.
Now. It did look better than this now.
It's well, everybody looks like they've got a prison haircut, don't they? Good. Jenny, did you do the Corona haircut?
No, but I've got this. Desperation on the top of my head right now. I always thought I was a natural blonde, but clearly lockdown has told me.
Well,
I'm lying.
I was going to say, when you've got such beautifully blonde hair, why do you spend the time to dye your roots black?
Yeah, I know, and there's a few. There's a few darks. There's more greys. It's really depressing me right now.
I'll tell you something I don't mind plugging, which I shall bring up here, is the British Cinematographer magazine. So I'm a subscriber to this. And Devs, Lee, have you watched it?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I told you, I haven't finished The Expanse. When I've finished The Expanse, I will watch Devs.
Oh, watch Devs. It's great. There's the article in there on the cinematography in it, because it's a beautiful show. It's great. So I recommend both things highly.
Isolation playlist. Jenny, what have you got for us?
I've got high hopes for this.
One song. What we're talking? See, my thing is TikTok at the minute. So I was on TikTok and hearing songs for the first time on there before I heard them in the charts. So I've kind of got the TikTok songs, which are kind of now isolation songs. So I'm loving Flowers because I loved it first time round.
It's an old UK garage track.
Yeah, and it's been redone. I know, check you.
I was never really into the UK garage scene, I have to say. But,
Well, you must have been to know that. So, yeah, so that's my big song at the moment. I'm loving Lady Gaga's Rain, though, at the moment with Ariana Grande.
Oh, yeah.
I'm loving it. And it's a bit of a rip-off. The backing is a rip-off of something, and I think it's, is it Mojo Lady?
Yeah.
Reminds me of that, the backing.
Yeah. I like it until she says...
Does the rap.
Yeah, the rap's a bit shit. But when she's saying something about tsunami, what's that lyric?
Yeah, that's the bit.
Yeah.
the bit in the rap.
Yeah.
I
What's
didn't
the
know
bit-
she was a
Rain on
fan
me,
of Newcastle
tsunami.
United.
What's the first bit before the tsunami?
Rain on me, tsunami.
Rain on. That's it. Rain on me, tsunami. And you just
Oh,
go.
that's just like
Don't
her.
like that bit. Rest of the reason, one of the reasons I like it actually is because it's one of the very few songs where you can actually hear what Ariana Grande is saying.
Yes, very
She's
true.
going, she's actually forming words.
Yeah.
I-
That's probably because Gaga's given her a slap and said, right, this is how we sing.
yeah.
I can imagine that.
Diction.
Diction, exactly.
Yeah.
Diction. What were you on about? Newcastle?
Yeah, I didn't know she was a Newcastle United fan. Tsunami.
Tsunami.
Brilliant. Yeah. That's,
Come on.
that's one,
Come on.
Yeah. Fraser, what have you got for us?
Take Me to the Pilot. It isn't his song, his original song. It's cover by Ben Platt. It's just come out on Netflix, the Radio City Music Hall. He did a show there and he sang it, and I think it's better than the original. But yeah,
So you think the Elton John version is better than the original?
Elton John is the original.
So who's
Benjamin Platt. Ben Platt. He's the chubby magician from Pitch Perfect.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know him. I know that.
Yeah.
Are those
Okay.
films any good? I've never watched them.
Do you know what? They're all right, actually.
I've heard good
Top notch.
things. I've heard good things, but
I'm not saying top notch, but they're all right.
and
Or
it's
by top notch, I mean Anna Kendrick's in it.
isn't it Elizabeth? Is it Elizabeth Shue directs?
Elizabeth Shue, as in Back to the Future.
Yeah, as in the actress. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure she directs all three.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Okay. Take me to the pilot.
Yeah.
Very good. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not 100% aware of it.
No, I'm not. I'm just writing this down as well.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sticking with you, Fraser. What's the most coronavirus thing you've done?
Shave my hair.
Oh, would you definitely not have done that though?
I think there's a point in every young man's life where they shave their head just to go, have I got a weird shaped head? Yes.
Yeah, I have got a weird shape. That was the answer to the question, and I've figured out I've got some like big moles on it, so it won't be getting shaved again. I originally did it. I know it was patchy all over. So my mum, who is an ex-hairdresser, came and did it properly, and then it started looking like a fuzzy golf ball. So I left the top and shaved the sides again, which I messed up again. So my mum had to shave it again. Today, I went to shave my sideburns and got distracted and went too high. So there is a bald patch now above the left ear, which you might be able to see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah. It's a classy cut. It's a little bit like an 80s. It's sort of 80s, a little bit like an 80s Kevin Bacon haircut.
Yeah.
Footloose.
Take it.
Footloose.
I'll take the Footloose look. I'll take that. Someone has just reminded me, actually, in the chat. Nick Evans, a good friend of mine. The most Corona thing I've done, actually, I can't remember it because alcohol was consumed. I remember like the first 20 minutes. He held a pub quiz night. There was no quizzing, but old friends that we all met through Billy Elliot. We were there in one Zoom call during the night, which was quality. It was very good. Then we did a bit of karaoke.
The whole sort of crew from Billy Elliot.
So there must have been a good like 10 of us in there.
Okay.
Someone joined from, I don't know, Connor. He's in Harvard, so is it New York? He was in there. Some people were in Newcastle. We were in Scunthorpe.
Sunny.
Sunny Scunny, yeah.
I do tell people that where you from, Lincoln.
Solid.
Very good. Okay, yeah, a big Zoom reunion. Fair enough. Jenny, what's the most coronavirus thing you've done?
I really don't know. I mean, I've got an obsession. I hate the supermarket. So my cleaning process that I go through, I have antibacterial wipes, which probably do nothing, that I hold onto the trolley.
With wipes in your hand?
With the wipes in my hand.
Yeah.
Then I'm trying to pick things up and wiping myself down. I've got my little spray in my hand, in my pocket, and I'm spraying my hands constantly. I hold my breath as I walk past anybody. So I'm literally coming out palpitating.
You used to do that anyway, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. No, I do. I'm not not snob. What are you trying to say?
No,
But-
I think that's more common than you would think. I see a lot of people doing that with the wipes. But
Absolutely hate it.
supermarkets are an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
They're a nightmare. People
Yeah.
just don't give a shit.
Oh no, absolutely not.
What has been your vice over lockdown?
Have you
What-
baked? Have you drank? Have you
I've
become
drank, that's the
obsessed with
thing.
crosswords?
No, no, just drank loads. I really think I've got a problem at the moment, so I'm going to have to. I need to detox, definitely.
Right.
Like, it's really quite worrying every day. But it's like it's a holiday. I literally went to Mexico and came back to lockdown.
Yeah.
And so I've just been on an all-inclusive for months. It's just not stopped, and the weather's just been amazing as well. So yeah, I mean,
What we're talking, I mean, let's say in the last 48 hours, how many units have you had?
I don't even know what your limit is as a woman.
Well, don't worry about it.
Whatever you
Tell
can
us
take.
about that,
So,
you know,
no,
whether it's in the
I
limit.
go by bottles. I mean,
How many bottles?
6 bottles of wine and maybe half a bottle of gin.
What, in 48 hours?
Yeah, I would say no, since Friday, so I'll give myself a little bit of extra room there.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen every day.
Have you had a drink today?
I had a glass of wine with tea. It was
How very
sophisticated
continental.
wine,
Yeah,
though.
that's very continental of you.
Sophisticated,
It
yeah.
doesn't count. If it's with food, it doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly. It was in my dinner, outside on the patio.
Sorry, officer. I had it with some chips.
That's what they do in Scunny. When you go to the supermarket, do you just like throw it in, or what's your technique?
Oh no, I'd smash the bottles. That would be silly. No, I send Mark on his way home from work. Bring us a few bottles in. You know, he
Who was
actually
fighting?
smashed a bottle of beer in the back of his boot, and I had to get the Vax new carpet cleaner we've got outside the street, sucking all beer up out of the back of his car.
Nice.
Yeah,
Fair
he was
enough.
gutted it wasn't mine. He says he wished
Yeah.
it had been mine, not his.
Your car. Or
No, my wine.
I see.
It was his bottle, not mine.
Juggles between Netflix and video games, I guess. Just kind of
Have you-
waste the days. And
Have you completed Netflix?
I'd say I'm on a good run. Yeah. Last night I watched The Social Network for the first time.
Okay, yeah, decent film.
It's pretty good. I watched Parasite 3 times in 3 days.
Why?
Because it's
I
great.
really enjoyed it. Parasite. Lee, do you not like Parasite?
No, I like Parasite, but I'm not going to watch it in 3 days in a row.
Because it's all little subliminal messages and stuff. It's brilliant.
So staying with you, Fraser, what was the last thing you said or did to an audience or to a microphone, to a camera?
Last thing I said was I sung "We Are the Champions" in front of a crowd of Spanish crew in Madrid for a Mercedes-Benz advert in
Oh, did you? Did you get a
late
Merc advert?
November. Yeah,
Oh,
I did a Merc advert last, and it was that new that they got one of their newest Mercs and just put CGI stickers on it because it was illegal or something to film the car in the streets. Like the new car, the director said they had to drive like 2 hours out of the city to go and get the shots of the actual car.
Oh.
So they'll rewrap it in post, I guess. We were working ridiculously long days, and on the last day, he goes, "Right, we'll go into the bedroom and you have to sing 'We Are the Champions' now." I was like, "Sorry," like it is because he asked me earlier in the day. He was like, "Are you any?" He's like, "Are you any good with football, kid?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah." Where am I? What do you want me to do? And he was like, "You'll see. Leave me with me." And I was like, "Okay." We get into this bedroom that is beautifully decorated, and he goes, "There's the ball. Start singing 'We Are the Champions.'" So for like a good 20 minutes, I'm just trying to do keepy uppies, and then he goes, "Right now, belt the ball at that. You know the little glass balls what you put your fingers on. It's all electricity." He was like, "Now belt the ball at that," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So I couldn't do it. So I tried like 4 times to like launch this ball at this glass object at the climax of "We Are the Champions," and then he goes, "Right, that's not working. Just throw it at it." So they get a close up on it, and he's like, "Right, go." I throw it, it shatters everywhere, and then the camera guy goes, "Sorry, I wasn't rolling." And then everyone's like, "Oh no!" And so then we smashed like 3 more objects in that room.
So you flown business class?
I wasn't. I was flown normal.
Were you?
Yeah.
I hate bastards.
The normal people.
Not a bad life though, mate, is it?
No, they have some good alcohol over there, which I allegedly drank because I wasn't 18 yet. I allegedly drank it.
Okay.
There is no evidence of me consuming alcohol.
Yeah, because you drunk it all. You drank the
True.
evidence.
True.
It wasn't anything exciting, really. I was doing a charity gig for a football club, I think it was, in Rochdale. It was so long ago, back in March. And yeah, just doing ABBA, really.
Nice.
Me and Lauren. And then I've done a couple of lockdown live streams, but nothing major.
Oh, have you? What have you done? What live streams have you done?
Well, I was watching this morning, and Jo from S Club 7 was on talking about how she was going to go out onto the street for Clap for the NHS, and she was going to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I thought, I've got Dorothy's outfit in my garage. I'm going to do that. I'm going to dress up tonight. I'm going to go out there. So I plugged my speakers in, got my little lights on street, and sang for everybody. And everybody around here wanted me to do live just on our own private group.
Yeah.
And then it ended up getting shared. So it did quite well. And yeah, it was nice. It was very moving. It really choked me up doing it. I didn't think it would bother me like that, but it did.
Obviously, the gigs dried up and just stopped.
Yeah.
But what was it like running into it? Was it looking good? Was it looking busy?
We had such a big year for all of our shows, my own solos and then the group shows that I'm in. And it was set to be like our biggest year. And so when we started getting rumblings that things were going to slow down and people were cancelling, but they were cancelling before the government made an announcement. Yeah. So then we were in a predicament of like, well, how does this stand legally? Because you're choosing to cancel it when you've not been advised to.
Yeah.
So we had, we were trying not to upset people because we want to work with them in the future. So you can't start threatening legal action on them and things like that. So it's been really difficult. And most of the people we work for have postponed and rebooked for next year, fingers crossed. I was hopeful that it would be September for us as singers, getting back out there doing certain types of venues, obviously not your closed space ones, but I really don't know. We're just taking it month by month at the minute. There's a restaurant that a friend of mine, he asked me to do a duo with him. They're desperate. Once they can open, they will still put live entertainment on, even though they can't fill it. They just want that to be continuing for them, where there'll be so many venues that can't afford it. They won't be able to put any entertainment on at all if they're only being able to space people out. I mean, the amount of gigs I've done over the years where they've crammed us into a tiny little space to perform. You're thinking, how I can't get my speaker in this space, but they want to get as many bums on seats to pay for the act.
Havens and sort of holiday parks and things like that.
There's just nothing from them. I mean, there are people that are owners on these campsites and they own their vans and whatever, and they're paying their land rent still, and that covers entertainment, all the resources that they've got there. So you'd think they might be able to do something for private owners and not open to the public.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
There's been talks of doing drive-ins. I've seen a few things posted on doing like not for Haven, but just outdoor stages set up for an act to go on and people driving in the cars, and they have to stay in a confined sort of area to be able to enjoy the show. Whether that's the way forward, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Germany's been doing that, haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
I didn't say. Just I worry for the working men's clubs. Not that I do many of them, but I feel that they won't be able to come out of this. They were struggling beforehand, so it's going to be a sad time for them.
An industry moment, a favourite moment.
I don't know. There's been so many good things in 10 years. I don't know.
Oh my God! You worked with Ron Howard.
He was very cool, but once again, it's a funny story. They always stick out.
One of my favourite moments is Jeni asked me to do the Rocky Horror, and in my head, I was going, absolutely no way. No way am I doing that. No way. No way. No, I can't do it. There's no way I can't do it because I was frightened. And so I said to myself, right, just do it. And do you know what? I absolutely loved it. It was brilliant.
I hope we get to do it this year.
I know. I hope we do as well. I hope we do. But you know, the people that turn up to that, they are in a great way, but mental, just mental.
Yeah.
And especially when you're absolutely shitting yourself and you're thinking, I don't know the first word, I don't know the first line, don't know the first line of the song, and they're all you start singing and they're all mouthing every lyric as you're singing it to them, and you're sort of going, oh my god, don't mess this up, don't mess this up. But yeah, no, brilliant. Ron Howard, tell us the Ron Howard story.
Is it the Ron Howard story where he just is the loveliest man on the earth?
Well, yes, but the one where he was saying, Fraser, stop.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm right. Sorry, my brain had to catch up there.
That's all right. So this is on the Star Wars film Solo.
So I was blocked in for 2 weeks of filming for Solo, and I have a massive crush on Emilia Clarke. Like, she is beautiful. She played Kira in the film, and the first day I went for costume fitting, and because it was a speaking role, I had my own trailer, which was miles away from the James Bond stage, and I walk, and Emilia Clarke's there, and I'm like trying to be subtle. I'm like walking past her. I'm like, I turn to my mum and I go, and she's like, what? I'm like, Clarke. We get in. I'm like, that was Emilia Clarke. And she's like, it was a stunt double. I later found out, like 2 weeks later, it was, and it was her last day of filming. So I was gutted. But so it's 2 weeks, and I'm sat there for the whole 2 weeks in one of the tents. No filming happening. They keep pushing it back, and so I'm sat there for 2 weeks, and there's 1 day of filming.
Was this the reason that they weren't filming? Because was this when they were changing directors, or that happened before?
This was This was almost a year after the director change. I think they changed. You probably know this better than I do. I think they changed in the January, and I think I filmed in the October.
Okay.
So they were coming to the end of filming because what's his name? Who turns out to be the baddie in Solo? Who hand
Paul
shoots?
Bettany.
Oh
No.
Turns out.
Darth Maul.
No.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Oh yeah.
So I get picked up in his car in the morning, which was crazy. It was my dream car, Tesla Model S, because he was a massive green activist, and that was crazy. So we get on set, and Ron Howard's there, and I'm like, whoa, it's Ron Howard, wow. And he's so cool, so calm. We're working all day, and I'm like, pressure. So I start doing it, and he just pulls me aside and he goes, Fraser, man, stop acting. And I'm like, sorry? And he's like, you're acting too much. I'm like, okay. Whew. We do another take, and he goes, no. Stop acting. I'm like, what is going on? He's like, you're doing it, you're pacing it. Just go. And I'm like, okay. So I just ramble these lines. He goes, perfect. I'm like,
yeah, it's that's a much better career highlight.
Yeah.
Much better career highlight.
I mean,
however,
the man
just
made some
before-
great stuff.
Yeah. Just before we move on from that, I just wanted to ask you about Urban and the Shed Crew.
it was. I get chills thinking about it because it was that much of a hands-on experience from the writer of the book and the real Urban I worked very closely with. It was my first ever film audition where it was like, it wasn't massive hyped up. Like sometimes you get your agent and they're like, this is a massive opportunity. It was just like, we've got this film, it's in Leeds, just go to the audition. And it was talking about this very, I don't want to say the word chav because it's not that, it's a lot more weighted than that. So I dressed in the scruffiest clothes I could pick out the back of my wardrobe. I was wearing odd shoes, and I'm walking around like this. And one of the scenes they gave me to read was the one where Chop kicks out Urban because he finds out he's still sniffing glue on nail varnish. I think it is in the film. It's the film where Urban absolutely explodes because the trust and the father figure that he had has kicked him out because he hasn't changed. And I just remember going into it, I think I must have been about 11. And I just remember going, you've got nothing to lose here. Because I always, getting to that point, I always felt silly in auditions when they get you to, we've all had the advert audition where they go, do the silly dance. And you're like, well, I don't want to do the silly dance. And they go, go on, do the silly dance. So I get there and I'm like, they've got this office chair, and I'm just kind of like, right, okay. And I grab this chair and just swing it at the wall, and I'm just screaming at the director. I start spitting everywhere, and then it comes to the end. I'm like, thanks. Just shake the hand and leave.
Thanks.
Then I found out I got it. It took 2 months to film, and I met Lee Urban, I think 2 or 3 weeks into it, and one of the first experiences I had with him, they built this. Have you read the book? Anyone read the book?
Yeah. I've read
So at the start, there's a very graphic detailation of a recall of a moment where Urban was absolutely high as a kite sniffing glue, and a lot of street kids like near canals have this belief that there's underwater gods, and he's screaming to this god, and just as the writer of the book, Bernard, got to him, he jumped into this canal, and Bernard jumped in after him. And we filmed that quite later on. And they've built this massive sewer pipe with running water and everything, which was heated water, which was just lovely. And so there was one of the real shed crew, the writer of the book, Bernard, and Lee, who is Urban, and they're teaching me how to, Lee was teaching me how to sniff nail varnish. And as a kid, I'm like, I'm here to do a job and just do this scene and try and act high, I guess, because I don't know what it's like, never experienced it. I was working with Anna Frail, she played the mother, and then Richard Armitage, who played Chop, which was just a masterclass every day working with them. It's just me in this soundstage with a crew of people, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing now, because it's just me. I get to it, and I just do this scene, and I look up, and everyone's crying, and I'm like, oh God, what's gone wrong? What have I done? Talking to Lee about it, he was like, it was like he was recalling fond childhood memories, because it was just him and his mates in a shed having fun. The film was always to highlight this message that there needs to be something done about kids on the street, and we took the film to Leeds Film Festival, and then we did Newcastle Film Festival, where it won, Richard won Best Actor, and it got a People's Choice Film Award. So that was just crazy. Sadly, I didn't get to go watch the show. But
yeah, it's a beautiful story, actually. It's really beautiful, and the book is really beautiful, but for the wrong reasons. But it's definitely it was one of my favourite books, actually. It's a fantastic book, and a good film, and the stage play was good. Favourite moment?
Oh gosh, I can't follow that. How can I follow that?
Of course
That's
you
amazing.
can. Of course you can.
Oh, well, I'm a lot older than Fraser, obviously, so I've got a lot more years to think about, and trying to remember everything is not always easy.
No.
I've had some memorable moments where I've had the hair stand up on end.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the ATP tennis tournament I did. I mean, it was one of my first gigs as Britney Spears tribute, walking out onto centre court in Dubai and singing to thousands of people. It gave me goose pimples. I was like, wow. I was like, oh my goodness. But the funniest thing it wasn't funny at the time. It was horrendous for me. I had in-ear monitors, and I'm waiting in the little alleyway to go through. I don't know what you call it, the runway thing. And the in-ear monitors weren't working, and they played the track out, so they had it playing, and I was nowhere to be seen. So, and I'm just stood there, and everyone's looking at me because I couldn't hear. I'm just like hearing talking and people just chatting in my ear and things. I'm just like this.
And they're all going, get on, get on.
Yeah. So I literally got a mic thrown at me, and I ran out, and I had to pick it up from like as soon as I think I took one out like that, and I was like, oh, it's playing it, but it's bouncing off everywhere, so I couldn't hear it properly. So what was supposed to be the most amazing moment of my life was a bit of a car crash. However, I did it for a few days running throughout the tournament, so I did get to get that feeling for real. So that was
Dubai.
In Dubai, yeah.
Did they fly you out business class?
No, economy. Yeah. I got to like hang out with the players' wives and sit in a jacuzzi with them all afternoon until I was called on to sing.
Very
yeah.
Just like,
not a bad life.
No, ride a few camels. So yeah, there was that, and then I did the Universal Studios. They seen the New Year in Singapore, so I was like the main act. So I did it 2 years when I did the first year as Lady Gaga, with full band and dancers, and just having the fireworks going off around you in this street, just full of people so excited to be celebrating with you.
Universal Studio in Singapore?
In Singapore, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's not bad life either,
Yeah.
is
It
it?
was incredible. But it was just the sleep pattern was crazy because obviously you get in there, you're only there for a few days, and literally you just don't know when to sleep. So we just partied, as you can imagine, you know me.
So you just didn't sleep?
We just didn't bother. We just sat around the pool and dozed off a few times, and that was about it.
Was that business class as well?
No, that wasn't either.
No, that was first class.
Studios.
I know, yeah. I don't know what happened there. Yeah. But then you have the nice, intimate gigs that you can do where there are just a few people, as Lee remembers, doing Rocky Horror to nobody. Oh, you're still going to go and perform to no one? Brilliant. Okay. There's like a settee of people sat in front of
I've done that.
To be fair, my favourite one was when we went. I can't remember where it was. It was a Haven or something like that. I can't remember.
When there were kids there.
There were just kids. There was just like 3 rows. I mean,
they hadn't done their research, had they?
There was like just rows of kids, young kids.
Yeah.
I was going, oh my god.
It ended up being like when you were sort of going boo to them because there was nothing else you could do. They were just screaming.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, the touch song was a bit of an awkward one as well, so we had to re-choreograph that, winging it.
Yeah, winging it on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
But
so
those
been quite a few like that.
Those are the nice moments when things like that. When they're not nice at the time, particularly.
No, they're nice to remember in a way.
Yeah.
Make you laugh. Make you humble.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Okay. Oh blimey, look at the time. We've just been talking shit for ages.
That's the thing of the show, isn't it?
Yeah.
What did they call it? Yeah.
Talk shit.
Universal. What is it? Unique selling point. USP.
USP.
USP. That's the USP.
That's the USP. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Middle-aged white dudes talking shit to more creative and much talented people.
Aww.
Hey up, he's knocked his internet off. Fucking hell.
What?
He's just frozen with like the most ridiculous face. It's amazing.
Am I back?
No, you are now.
You're back now.
I'm back.
When you watch this back, when you do the edit, that's brilliant.
I bought a chainsaw today.
God.
Steady.
Proper one as well.
Oh, but you're loving it, aren't you?
Well, I've been using
Landscaping got that bad in lockdown.
What's the most coronavirus thing you've done? Well, a massacre with a chainsaw.
Well, but this is the thing. The fella said to me, he said, what are you using it for? We were having a chat because he obviously loved his chainsaws, and he was telling me all about it and sort of talking. When somebody's talking to you about something that they know loads about and you know absolutely nothing, and he's sort of going, yeah. Well, I mean, they say it's 25-1, but I say 50-1 because I don't mind a bit of smoke. You know what I mean? I like to know that it's. And I'm going, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, thinking not a clue what you're talking about. No clue whatsoever. And he said. So I've just actually recently just cut that tree there with it. Can you see? So he wanted to prove that it worked. He was like, oh, yeah. I was like, "All right." He said, "What are you using it for?" I said, "Well, what's it like through, like flesh and like a bit of bone?" And he went, "Oh, like a knife through butter." I'm like, "Oh, okay, fair enough." Just took it. Jenny, while I'm with you, hopes and fears.
Well, I've kind of covered earlier, talking about, the situation with venues and whether they're going to be able to sustain paying for an act to be on. The theatres we've covered. This is probably the bitter, twisted 41-year-old me. There is a little bit of maybe the ones that aren't really all that serious of doing this kind of career might just fizzle out of the way and move aside to let the professionals carry on. I mean, that's probably what everyone's thinking and daring to say.
Love it.
So sorry about that. That's just how I'm feeling right now. It's what lockdown's done to me. I can't be positive anymore.
That does remind me of the scene that you and Mike did with that. It's still my favourite line in any showreel scene that we've done. When Mike says, "Oh, you could." In fact, you do it, Mike.
Which line though? There's
The Christina Aguilera line.
you asking me? I didn't fucking know it on the day.
Okay.
I did. You had it all taped up.
It's when you say something like, "Oh yeah, you couldn't move for Christina Aguilera."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Happy days. Yeah.
Happy days. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. You couldn't move for Aguilera's in 2002. Happy days.
And the reason that reminded me of that is because you can get rid of a few Gagas and a few.
Oh, it's been swamped with so many of them. I'm like, I hope they get normal jobs and don't come back. I might get some more work. That's told me.
Fair enough.
Yes.
In fact, there is a bit of a connection here as well, because Fraser, your mum does. Is it ABBA?
ABBA tribute, yeah.
Yeah, I do have her as well.
Yeah. Sadly, I think
links everywhere.
I think his mum's pretty good, and she's carrying on doing it.
Yeah.
Which
I'm just a part-time ABBA.
Which ones though?
So his mum's hoping you're going to clear off.
That's it, you see.
Who does which
Everyone's
bit?
thinking they're just not saying it.
Who does what?
Who does which bit? Who's Anya and who's the other one? Is it Anya?
Anya.
I don't know. It's vaguely Swedish.
And
I'm really sorry, Sweden.
Agneta and Frida, isn't it?
Yeah.
My mum is Frida, the brunette.
And I'm the blonde. Well, I'm going to have to start being Frida soon.
Well, at least if somebody drops out, there's somebody who can do the other bits.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we could pair up.
Yeah.
Fraser, hopes and fears.
I think theatre will truly be back when, like I say, the normal people who haven't shot into stardom yet are being able to work again, because how lovely it would be to see Ian McKellen do Macbeth or something, but that's not theatre being back, I don't think. Like, it'd be great when we get a pay-per-view special of Ian McKellen on stage, but when tours are back up and stuff, that's when it's back. And my fears are that people will be too scared to go to the theatre, even for like this year's pantomime, because I think that'll be the earliest we see theatre back, will be panto. But if that's going to be seat, miss 2 seat, that's what it is, because will there ever, this is what scares me at night when I'm trying to sleep, will there ever be a normal again? Because one day we were all sat in a pub watching the football packed tightly together, and next minute people are getting, like, I crossed the road. I haven't been in a supermarket yet. Like,
Don't.
And I cross the road whenever I see anyone. And that what it's come to? Because who's going to walk into a theatre? That's what it is. I 100% agree. It's scary. I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix are shelling out loads of money to buy big titles.
Yeah.
Because then, what's that then? Because that'll just completely destroy cinema when everyone's sat at home online.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was fears of that already, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I think it was Ricky Gervais, wasn't it? At the Golden Globes, who said we should just call this the Netflix award. Fraser, at the height of the lockdown, right? How many toilet rolls did you have in the house?
active stock, 2 in each room. We have 3 bathrooms, so that's 6. And then downstairs about 2 big bags. So what's in that? Like 24?
Okay, all right.
30.
So you're up there.
Yeah.
You're up there in the 30s.
I don't think that's shameable. I think
If you got 3 bathrooms, I don't suppose it is, mate.
No,
No,
true.
I don't suppose it is.
it's necessary. Toilet roll is a necessity, and I will be getting the toilet. Well, I don't shop. I'll text you later. I'll let you know how many toilet rolls are currently in the house.
Jenny, number of toilet rolls at the peak.
All right.
I reckon
12
big
to
numbers from
20. No, absolutely not. I'm not one for having loads of toilet roll. I'm not domesticated at all. Like, I don't think, oh, I've got to buy this, and I just go, what do I need? Trundle around, grab it. But yeah, we've got 4 bathrooms. So, well, not bathrooms. We've got en suites and downstairs toilet, 1 main bathroom. So yeah, so I tend to have 3 or 4 in each one.
Okay, oh, that's all right.
I have little baskets, you see, that I fill up in each one.
Right. Okay,
That's nice.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, from
So yeah,
both
so
of you,
disappointing. I'm sorry.
how the other half live?
Yeah.
Maximum we had was about 9. We've only got 2 bathrooms, you see.
That's about
Fraser.
that's about right.
We slum it with two toilets in our house.
Yeah, you can all bollocks. I've got 1.
And that's outside.
It is. Hey, I've got some outside toilets. I've genuinely got some.
I know.
Oh.
I got a bit too excited about that then.
You got to. Listen, guys, it's been really lovely to speak to you. Thank you. It's whiled away another evening for Mike and I.
Indeed.
Very much appreciated.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
You're very, very
Thank you
welcome.
very much.
Thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
Bye. everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Another good show, Mike.
Yeah, cracking. Dale has said that he screenshotted your face when it froze.
Oh, thanks, Dale.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, not that he needed to, because I'll see it when I edit the highlights.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Back on Wednesday, and we have actor William Fox, who's been in all sorts of things, but Wolfblood, Peterloo. We also have writer Chris O'Connor, who we talked about with Rod Dixon. The both of them have been writing a sort of a little podcast series with Mentality, men's mental health. They're really looking forward to that. Anything else, Mike?
Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, share the videos, tell your mum, go stand in a garden with 6 other people and just tell her to come look at the Ghostlight Social. I'm sure there's somebody on there she recognises, and it won't be a conversation of, what are you in the bill? The bill's not been on for 25 years, Mum. It won't be that, I promise.
But it might have been. It might have been in the bill.
Yeah.
Might have been.
I was never in the bill.
And, of course, we've also got the podcast. There'll be another episode 5 will be released this week.
Yeah.
So you can catch up on previous eps on the podcast.
So just
the Ghostlight Social.
Just look for us on iTunes. We're on there. We'll soon be on Spotify and all the normal platforms where you get your podcasts. Do give us a 5-star review on there. It really helps us out. Do like this video because that really helps us out. Thank you so far to everybody who has subscribed. It's meant that we can unlock certain things for us at YouTube that enables us to reach bigger audiences, which is lovely. Be nice to each other.
Stay safe. Stay well.
Stay safe. Stay well. That's it from this issue of the Ghostlight Social. It's adios from this bunker, and I'm going to roll the credits.